What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to scrape LinkedIn comments automatically by creating a simple workflow in N8N. Let's get started. To scrape LinkedIn comments automatically in N8N, I've created a workflow that I've renamed to LinkedIn Comments Scraper. Here, we're going to start by adding a trigger. I'm going to choose a manual trigger over here. Then the next thing that we're going to do here is we're going to use a third-party tool to scrape LinkedIn comments. To scrape LinkedIn comments, I'm going to use this tool called Apify. Apify, it's an incredible tool that you can use to scrape any website and automate projects. To get 30% off your first subscription to this tool, just use the link in the description to sign up and create your account. And after creating your account, head over to Apify store here. Here, we're going to search for a tool that we're going to use to scrape LinkedIn comments. So I'll search for LinkedIn comments scraper and click on search. You can see we have over 500 tools that we can use to scrape LinkedIn comments. To scrape LinkedIn comments from a post, I'm going to use this tool over here. So I'll open this tool on a new tab. And this is a tool that we're going to use to scrape LinkedIn comments. So all you have to do is paste the URL of the post that you'd like to scrape its comments. And then here choose the number of comments that you'd like to scrape. Here you can also filter the comments from when the comments were posted. And choose any over here and click on save and start to scrape the comments from this post over here. Here you can see that our tool is running and getting our data. Let's give it a second for it to complete scraping our comments. Here you can see our tool succeeded in scraping 10 comments from our post over here. So here we're getting the data of the commenter. So we're getting the name, LinkedIn URL, position, picture URL. Now these are the data over here. Here we also got their comment that they posted on the post, when they posted the comment, and their profile URL over here. We're also getting the engagement data, so the likes, comments, shares, impression, and reaction of their comments over here. So now, instead of having to manually scrape the comments over here in Apify, we can create a workflow that scrapes the comments for us right here in N8N. So in our tool over here, you can see we require the post that would like to scrape its comments and the number of comments I would like to scrape. So we can add this data into a spreadsheet and get the data right here in our workflow. In Google Sheets, I've created a spreadsheet that I've renamed to LinkedIn Comments Scraper spreadsheet. This spreadsheet, I've created a sheet that I've renamed to post URL. Here's where we're going to add the number of comments I would like to scrape and the post URL I would like to scrape its comments. So here, when I open LinkedIn, here you can see the post that we're trying to scrape its comments. So let us proceed and scrape comments from this post. Workflow, we're going to get the spreadsheet so we can access the URL and the number of comments I would like to scrape. Now, so in our workflow, I'll start by searching for Google Sheets and click on Google Sheets. Here, I'll click on Get Rows in Sheet Node. Here, we're going to start by creating a new credential to connect our account to N8N. So I'll click on Create a New Credential. Then over here, sign in with your Google account. And then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to N8N. And your connection will be created. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close this window. And here we're going to find our document. And here, we're going to find our document, which is this document right here. And the sheet will be the post URLs sheet. And here I'll click on Execute Step to get our URL and the number of comments we'd like to scrape. So here, I renamed this node to Get Post URLs. And here I'll click on Rename. So now, with our URL over here, we can proceed to scrape the comments from the post. To do that, here, I'll search for Apify and click on Apify right here. And here, you'll need to install it first if you haven't installed it yet. And after installing it, click on the Run and Actor node right here. Then here, you'll also need to create your credential to connect your account to N8N. To do that, just click on Connect My Account right here. Then on the new window that pops up, choose the account that you'd like to connect to N8N, and your connection will be created. Since I had already done that, I'm going to close this window right here. And here we'd like to run an actor. I'm going to choose a recently used actor. And here we're going to find our actor, which is this actor over here. And here we're going to add our JSON. So I'll click on Expression and expand it right here to add our JSON over here. To get our JSON in our tool, where it says manual in JSON, click on JSON. And here, we're going to copy this JSON over here. So all you have to do is just copy it and come and paste it over here. Here, we're going to map our URL over here. Instead of having to manually input our URL, you can also map the number of comments I would like to scrape over here. And then now to scrape our comments from the post, I'll click on execute step right here. You can see it's executing our node. Let's give it a second for it to complete scraping our post. You can see our node was executed successfully and the status was a success over here. And here we got our default dataset ID. So now to get our comments, here I'll search for Apify again and click on Apify. Here, this time around I'm going to click on the get dataset items node, and here we're going to map our dataset ID. So I'll map the default dataset ID right here and click on execute step to get our comments. And here you can see we got our 10 comments right here. And for each comment, we got the commenter's LinkedIn URL, the comment that they left, when it was posted, the engagement of the comment. We're still getting the profile data like the name, URL, position, picture, and all this relevant information over here. Here, I renamed this node to LinkedIn comments scraper, and here I renamed this node to get LinkedIn comments. And here I'll click on rename. With our comments over here, we can proceed and add the comments to a spreadsheet. In our spreadsheet, I've also created another sheet that I've renamed to scraped comments. Here's where we're going to add the name of the commenter, their position, the comment they left on the post, when they left the comment, and their LinkedIn profile URL. So to add the comments to a spreadsheet over here, in our workflow, I'll search for Google Sheets and click on Google Sheets. And here, I'll click on Append Row in Sheet Node. Here we're going to find our document, which is this document right here. In our sheet, it's going to be the scraped comments sheet. And here we're going to map values to our columns in our spreadsheet with the data that we scraped using Apify. So we're going to start by adding the name. I'll map the name right here. So going to map the position. The comment that they left shows this comment right here. When they posted the comment, their LinkedIn profile URL. So we're going to map the profile URL over here. Now here I'll click on execute step to add the data to a spreadsheet. You can see our node was executed successfully using this node right here. So here I renamed this node to LinkedIn comments. And here I'll click on rename. So now when you open our spreadsheet, here you can see we successfully added 10 comments to our spreadsheet over here that these commenters left in this post over here. Shows this post over here. So we scraped its comments. So in our spreadsheet, we added the commenter, their position, the comment that they left on our post, when they left the comment, and their LinkedIn profile URL over here. So we scraped these comments from a LinkedIn post and added the comments to our spreadsheet over here using the simple workflow that we created right here in N8N. So here we're getting the URL of the post I would like to scrape that we added to our spreadsheet over here. And then we're using this tool in Apify to scrape its comments. Then we're getting its comments right here using this node. And then we are successfully adding the comments to our spreadsheet. As you can see over here, we're getting the commenter, the position, the comment that they left on the post, when they left the comments, and their LinkedIn post URL over here. So we can try testing our workflow so we can see how it works. Test our workflow in our post URL sheet here. I'll clear this record here and add a new post URL. So we can try scraping comments from these posts on LinkedIn. So I'll copy the link to this post and paste the link over here. And now let us try scraping 10 comments from this post and add the comments to our spreadsheet over here. So to do that, in our workflow, I'll click on execute workflow right here. Here, you can see that our workflow was executed successfully. So we got the URL of the post over here. And we use the URL to scrape its comments using this tool in Apify. And here we got the comments and then successfully added the comments to our spreadsheet. Now, when I open our spreadsheet, here you can see we added 10 more comments to our spreadsheet. So here we added the commenter, their position, the comment that they left on our post, when they left the comment, and their LinkedIn profile URLs. So we scraped comments of this post and added the comments to our spreadsheet over here using the simple workflow that we created right here in N8N. So our workflow works perfectly. Thank you for watching. Now, if you'd like me to create this workflow for you or a workflow similar to this one, just click the first link in the description to schedule a call with me. On the call, we'll discuss into details about the workflow that you'd like me to create for you, and then I'll proceed to create the workflow for you. But if you enjoyed this video and you have an AI agent or a workflow in mind that you'd like me to create using N8N, just comment it down below in the comment section. I read all the comments, and if I land on your comment and I find it intriguing, I'll come back on a future video showing you how to create the entire workflow or AI agent from scratch using N8N. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.